Today, Monday, set the alarm at 5:30, snoozed till 6:30, dragged my fat, sorry ass out of bed around 6:50. And I would say probably the hardest thing I have to do every day is really just getting out of bed. Worst I've been, there's days there where I just wouldn't get out of bed. Only because I had the dogs, I knew I had to go and feed them and walk them. Otherwise, some days I'd crawl back. But that was, it was a long time ago. I still have that feeling, not wanting to get out of bed, not face the world, confidence issues. You probably, honestly, most people wouldn't think that when they look at me or they see the pictures or they know me or they see the party Rob, the happy Rob. Every day is, high anxiety, I think all the self-affirmations, the positive things, I've tried all that. I've tried the meditation. You name it, I've tried it. Really, I read a book called Make Your Bed. It was a book that really changed me. He was an ex-Navy officer and, Navy SEALs. And just some of the stuff that they have to go through and accomplish and not give up. And that was really kind of what helped me. So I'm going to post that below, the link to the book. But if you haven't read it, I seriously think you should read it. I think the most important thing that I want to do in this vlog is really kind of, get that dialogue going and, really get people talking about it. Since I posted last week, I just found it astonishing. It's absolutely astonishing how many people from school, especially from my early school teen years, have got in touch saying that they've suffered with some form of mental health, and every single one of you, I applaud you for reaching out and talking to it. Some people have contacted me through my time in China, through Spain, and honestly, when I posted that post, the one I put on Facebook and Instagram, if you guys have not seen it, I sat there for about 2 hours, really not wanting to post it. And I managed to just press the forward send button, and I regretted it. I was like laying in bed all night that night thinking about it. But then I woke up in the morning with so many messages and personal messages as well as the stuff on my feed. I thank you so much, because it's really kind of give me the courage again, the stepping gear to kind of keep it going. So thank you for every single one of you who have really helped me, and your words and your stories, and I want to bring more of that into this vlog. So if there's anybody out there who wants to kind of share some of their story or talk about it or feel the courage where I'm going to be with you and we can talk, it'd be great to kind of get some of your guys' inputs. For those people who are not living close by, you can send me a video diary as well like this, and I can post it and we can talk. I think honestly this is the way to get out of it and help each other, and I just hope we can all be a little bit kinder, we can all be a little bit nicer to each other, and this is kind of the start of it. Learning and understanding what mental health is really like the key factor, and you say about the stigma and stuff like that. So let's talk mental. This is a weekly vlog. My name's Rob, for those of you who do not know me, and I'm going to be basically talking about some of my mental health issues, my struggles. You're going to see me on my bad days, basically talking about everything mental health. So what I'm asking for is just 20 minutes or so a week for you to watch this vlog. If you think it's boring, let me know ways I can improve it. Share it, subscribe it. And just basically what I want to do is get mental health awareness across, just to let every single person know that you're not alone and there is a lot of help out there for you. Everybody, including myself, one of the things that I asked myself when I first started thinking about this and talking about it is, what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional and psychological and social well-being. It's in us all. It affects how we think, feel and act. It also helps us determine how we handle stress. Our thinking, our mood and our behaviour can be affected. Many factors can contribute towards this. Some of those factors that can contribute towards this, biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history of mental health problems. Growing up and all the way right to this day, even to this morning, a lot of those factors which I never knew were classed as mental health. So I have very high anxiety, as you can probably tell watching this video right now. So anxiety is always in me. Another one is, for me, was OCD. You know, anybody who knows me knows that I have serious cleaning issues. Initially, extend from, you know, yes, I want to have a nice place, but it also goes to the point of, you know, 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm still cleaning, I'm mopping the floor. I can't sleep if I think, you know, so if I feel one little bit of crumb on the floor, I have to like mop the whole floor. Another factor in my mental health is my depression. Most of you probably wouldn't ever think that looking at me and looking at the pictures, but yes, depression has been evident, I would say, as long as I can remember. I was a happy kid, so I don't think it was really necessarily past the age of 9 or 10, but you know, as I got older, as I went through high school, you know, there was seriously forms of depression. You know, I contemplated suicide. Obviously, this is probably the worst I've ever been. Not only researched it, you know, I laid it out in my head how I want to do it. I have ADHD. And again, for those people watching me who've known me for a long time, I apologize if you've ever thought I was rude or ignorant. You know, if I switched off and cut you off. You know, always thought I was just a little bit impatient. I've struggled, you know, trying to keep focused for more than 2 minutes. My mind has constantly worked at 26 different moving parts at 500 miles per hour. Some of the amazing things since I've researched mental health, and by any means, again, I'm not a doctor. You know, please, I urge you to get professional help if you think you need it. All I'm trying to do is create an awareness. I'm learning as much as you guys probably are. Actually, most of you guys watching this will probably know a lot more than me, but I've been amazed by some of the facts and figures that I've found researching this. Nearly 45 million people in the US alone suffer with mental illness. 50% of the people out there who suffer with any form of mental illness are too embarrassed to talk about it. So that means basically 1 in every 2 of us that have got it don't even talk about it. And I was that person. I was that person until, I would say, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. As I said again, I'm going to say this a lot, this is the bravest thing I've ever done in my whole life. For me to sit here and look at a camera and talk about it and express my feelings is just, it doesn't even feel like it's me, to be honest with you. Another sad fact that I've just learned as well is 90% of the people that die through suicide is through having a mental illness. And you know, those figures alone is just shocking. Suicide is actually the 10th leading cause of death in America right now. And I just don't think we should lose many more others like this, you know. It's devastating to think that we can go through this in our head, you know. And you know, I am ashamed to even say those words, but back then I thought it was all my fault and there's nothing out there to help me get better. I was misdiagnosed for years through school, through different doctors, and you know, one thing that I do love about this country is that you've given me a chance of getting some of my health back, because I know there's people out there watching this right now, my friends, you know, I've lost friends I went to school with through it, I've had friends who've lost their fathers through it, and I just hope that, you know, 0.001% of the people out there will listen, and hopefully this can help someone out there. I'm going to wrap this up. There's so much more to talk about. Like I say, every single week I'll be trying to focus on something a little bit differently. At the same time, giving you guys a little bit more background in me. I don't expect everybody to be open about it. You know, I just hope that people can listen to it and relate to it. If you're there watching it right now and you want to help me, want to contribute to this, please just like hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and that'll be a massive help. Please, Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in, watching the first episode. Good tip I've got for the day is really just getting outside. If you're having a bad day, you need to breathe, be in nature, walk. I'm going to do what this guy's doing in a minute, and hopefully you tune in next week. A lot more things to cover. Again, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story next week and some little useful tips. Hopefully sharing some other people's stories coming up as well. So again, thank you for tuning in. See you next week. Goodbye.